Cold City. It's already 8 o'clock and time for Matters of the Moment, Wednesday, 8th May 2024 edition. Today we shall be looking at the Rivers State Supremacy Battle update, and our guest this morning is a policy management consultant, a university teacher, and a politician at best. Dr. Okoli, good morning, sir. We're looking at Rivers State Supremacy Battle like I announced. I need you to bring us up to date. We have had so much. In fact, since Fubara was inaugurated, it has been one battle or the other, and we know with who. But we need you to take us through this trip.
Well, thank you for having me. I welcome your listeners. I have been also monitoring what is going on in Rivers State. From the point of view of politics and from the point of view of management. If you look at the point of view of management, something is likely going on there because any good manager will always make arrangements for exit plan and the succession plan. Now you can see that the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, who is the predecessor to Fubara, Sim, made a succession plan that worked, but I'm beginning to doubt if his exit plan is working, because some people think exit plan is the same thing as succession plan. They are not the same thing. I also know from the point of view of politics that if you finish your tenure, your term of office as governor, you hand over the reins of power and the reins of governance and all the paraphernalia of office to your successor. And they can see that, like you say, supremacy battle. I don't look at it as a supremacy battle. My own view, my opinion is that there is a fly in the ointment. Something want to spoil something, and a lot of Nigerians are watching. They are even divided. Some are saying have forgotten the agreement, but agreement is agreement. Maybe there is a pact between the two political allies. The current governor was the accountant general, was appointed by Wike, the former governor, and his merits, and they worked well. And he also worked tirelessly, ensured that he was going to succeed him. Against all the tides, against all the odds, he did all he can against the party and against most people. So, but he has become governor, has been sworn in. And the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria says, once you are elected and sworn in as governor, you now, Section 308 will now come into play. That is the immunity clause. And you can debate it and you can argue it, but governors in Nigeria are very, very, very powerful. The Constitution conferred on them enough powers that to wither the storm. But this kind of arrangement, where the outgoing governor, have to, whether influencing or appointing by himself, almost all the members of the cabinet, and also selecting, and according to him, paying for forms and campaigns, and installing members of the National House of Assembly in Rivers State. Because this is where the lacuna comes. This is where the problem began. Because it is not even power sharing, it is handover and takeover. And you can see, the last time I heard the former governor, and now the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, you can also say another governor of the Federal Capital Territory, because they say FCC is not a state, but they are even, I think FCT is even bigger than states. So he's powerful, but Constitution forbids him from also acting governor in Rivers State. So The problem there is that they had an agreement, and it cannot work, like I mentioned earlier, that the succession plan worked. But when he was exiting, he installed people, stooges, allies, and acolytes, such that he will still be calling the shots. But you can see now that it's not working. Some people are now aligning themselves, now having non-aligned movement. Some people are aligned, some people are in the middle. Some people are with the governor, some people are with the former governor. And the political elites are also divided. So the long and short of it now is that there is a full stop, all motion, no movement in Rivers State in terms of development. And at a point, it came to a head that arrangements were made to impeach the current governor. And I wouldn't say here on radio that something happened to the House of Assembly. The complex was bombed so that nobody can go there, because the constitution required that the sittings should be in the House of Assembly. So the immediate action and reaction was to make sure that it becomes uninhabitable for people to sit at the House of Assembly. If you see that edifice, one of the best houses of assembly in Nigeria, I've been there, and I think it was a very sad news. But survival instincts made people to go there, bomb it, and later it was pulled down. So, because you can see that democracy is on trial in Rivers State, because as far as I'm concerned, politics and democracy we housed in the various legislative houses. Executive, yes, it is only the governor and the deputy that was elected. Others in the executive were appointed. But all the members of the legislative arm were appointed, and that is where the potpourri, that is where debates, that is where lobbying, that is where politics takes place at that that level. Even at the National Assembly, even though it is not happening at the third tier, that is, the councillors are not as powerful and as relevant as members of the House of Assembly. So as we speak now, the situation is that the president intervened. His intervention was misconstrued. The first part of the intervention is political, so that they will stop the move to impeach the government. And an agreement was reached that because at that point, all the members of the cabinet as commissioners, they all resigned in one fell swoop, kind of trying to collapse the house. So, and Ngozi, is not easy for a young governor, a new governor, who has not tested power, who has not been in that kind of capacity, to be able to try to contain what was going on. So, they resigned, and some members of the House of Assembly, out of 32 of them, 27 belong to the former government. So, to get a 2/3 is as easy as ABC. That is the requirement to remove governor. With any accusation they might lay, you see what happened in Edo the other day. Even though removing governor is not the same thing as removing
the deputy.
Yes. So these are the issues that are boiling in Rivers State. So that presidential intervention was a misconstrued, as I said earlier. PDP in Rivers State and some other watchers were saying that, the agreement was killed in favor of the former governor. That most of the things they asked him to do did not favor the incumbent. And but the incumbent, at a matter of time, maybe to get a breeder, to breed fresh, agreed, so that they will go off his neck. And he agreed that he will reappoint them, he will resubmit their names for approval, because if you resign, you can only come back through a resubmission of your names through the House of Assembly. And it happened. Now, the other members of the House of Assembly, they didn't resign, but they left their party. All of them, 27 of them, left PDP, the platform under which they were elected. They all, in one fell swoop, went to APC, and they were chanting songs of the stand in APC. So we are all, watching and monitoring the drama there. The drama there is not, to some people it is funny, but I think blood pressure are rising here and there, because the people of Rivers State are the ones that are suffering. This democracy dividend that were promised is not coming as it should, because when two elephants are fighting, two big elephants indeed, the grasses and the people around there suffer. So, and they are now saying, please, what do we do? So all they can do, the other day I saw people demonstrating, and protesting, and waving flags in support of the incumbent governor. But the governor is in trouble, I have to confess here. The governor is indeed in trouble, because House of Assembly, they have so much of them that are not in his card. They have also come up with laws to decapitate, to pull out powers, and the local government, where governor cannot even do anything. They passed laws, governor did not sign it. They now also repassed it, and they overruled the governor. And that overriding principle is the constitutional, that if they submit, already passed a bill and governor did not sign, if it happens twice, then it becomes law automatically. So it has happened in 2 instances, and they are prepared to do more. So the governor is not sitting pretty in River State, I can confess here. So what we are monitoring is that democracy is on trial, and the people of River State are also beginning to align themselves. Remember, the former governor, Nyesom Wike, had a little battle also when he came in with his predecessor, Rotimi Amechi, who was also his benefit. They want to weaken him, they want to take their people away. So, and some people, they enjoy power, so they won't like, why did you even give him in the first place? Why should they should always be deputy governor or maybe commissioners. Why should they get this? So if they have given them wholeheartedly that for equity, for fairness, for balance, I don't think this fight will be raging. At least if you see that he has reneged on his agreement. He's not the only one. This fight they are doing in River State, it is almost everywhere. But because Wike has the 4 aces, that's why the fight is still raging. Governors are very strong. I think I heard when even President Obasanjo tried, the incumbent president now in Lagos State, he could not succeed because governors has enormous powers. He can only be, walking up a wall trying to remove a sitting governor.
Let's see if you can feel the pulse of our listener. If you care to join our conversation, make your comments and observations, join us by calling these numbers 0907-275-9950, 0907-275-9950, or 0706-815-8029, 0706-815-8029. Focus is a River State supremacy battle. I mean, that is what this whole thing is all about. Who holds sway? Who still is in charge of the resources of and the people of River State? We are talking about the latest power struggle between the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, and the River State Governor, Sim Fubara. Let's take this call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us.
My name is Thank you very much. My name is Mbah from Enugu. I'm not going to call you. I greet you.
My brother, good morning.
Is somebody you're not calling you again? It's been a while, so I'll be there.
If they call me, I'll go.
We love your analysis.
Thank you.
In the issue that is happening in River State, I see nothing but karma in existence working against people that committed evil against the Nigerian state. What Wike and Fubara did to the good people of River State during the 2023 election, general election of president, will even hurt them and hurt them. I don't pity Fubara, neither will I pity Wike. Whatever they decide to do in River State is their own property. Because this men stood on their ground and thwarted the will of the people on open camera everywhere. And they clap their hands thinking that they have won. And today, Fubara is not sleeping, neither Wike is sleeping. 2 of them now are keeping an eye open that they cannot sleep again. The other person is looking at the other person's leg, the other person is looking at some other person's head. Looking in a way to injure each other. But they forget what they have organized them. And if I answer that, So what is happening there now? Can anybody tell me, can Fubara come out and say this is exactly what is happening that maybe we can come after him? No, none of them was able to come out and say, openly, this is the reason why we are fighting. Because they know what they have done with the river state money. They know the shenanigans activities from the time they started till now. But I pray and I ask, when the Nigerians and the people of River State put their hands and see, because everything about governance in the River State has been placed on hold as a result of these two men. The people like Americi or the late, many doctor people, they are saying, are they going to keep note on what is happening in River State? So that the FDS is, this 4 years we are expecting the Fubara to do anything, that the state will stay on hold for all this while, because two men are fighting for their selfish interest. Two men are fighting to embezzle the public fund. Two men are fighting to cover the info, cover the tax they have paid for all the years. But I said, Nigeria is laying a very bad precedent for the generation of born. How can a man be operating in two parties at the same time and the party is not doing anything? Are we doing something to keep what will happen in the next future? What will this generation to come will tell us in this generation that we are? In fact, we are missing a lot of things up. I think we are politicking. Thank you for the opportunity, my sister.
Thank you very much, Abel. Oh, wow. I feel like allowing him talk on and on because he's making some points here. Okay, yes. Remember, you can join us on 0907 275 9950 or 0706 815 8029. The show of might between the immediate past governor of Rivers State and the incumbent is the basis of our conversation this morning. I don't know. Did you hear him? He mentioned 1 year already gone, and all Fubara can account for are battles, splinters, supporters for him, supporters for Wike, the divided House of Assembly, or the House of Assembly who do not have any form of partnership with him. You mentioned that two particular instances where they overrode him and signed into law some issues. Okay, they signed some bills into law, and that's overriding him. In fact, it's almost unheard of in Nigeria, and these things are happening. I'm going to ask you this question, even when I do not feel like asking the question right away. 1 year gone. What are your thoughts? 1 year gone with no meaningful projects because the war is breeding or is already on. Let's talk to this caller. Good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, the numbers are 0907 275 9950 or 0706 815 8029. Matters of the moment on ESBS Sunrise FM 96.1. I have just about 10 minutes to do this.
Well, like you said earlier, like when two big elephants are fighting, the grass suffers. And like you know, those unprecedented things that are happening in River State have never happened anywhere else. If the people of River State decide to...
Let's talk to this caller, please. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. My name is Kelvin, calling from it.
You're welcome, Kelvin.
Yes, the thing is good that there is no honor among you. We have been saying like that. What is happening is honestly, it's something I expected. But when Chioma is supposed to say, you know, they will usually have progress in sharing the stolen things. So what's happening in River State is a show of fun. Which is trying to show people that he's the one that made him. And his father is trying to prove stubborn. So, but unfortunately, River State that will suffer. Now, this is what happened last time. They burned down the state assembly. I know how much they will use to erect that state assembly again. And that is the money they should have to do other things. Because I believe that, yes, the US State has enough money, but they still have enough problems, which the money they have cannot even solve if they want to solve all their problems. But the little ones they have, they are not squandering it. And because with this problem they have, we can be paying people, Kubana will be paying people, paying police, paying all the agencies that you will use to fight Kubana. And that is the River State money that can be used for ordinary River State. It's unfortunate. And the president is not even helping matter. Because we can be doing it under our president. The president should call it to order. When the president was the governor of Lagos State, he did not allow Obasanjo or any other person to even, do anyhow. He was in charge of the state. He gets to allow Kubana to be in charge so that anything goes wrong, they will hold Kubana. If he doesn't perform, they will hold him. I'm not trying to influence him and take every move that he's making. It's not fair.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.
0907-275-9950 or 0706-815-8029. And this particular issue is coming up again, Doc.
Ask me a question
funded. Yes. I just wanted to link this in just 1 minute.
Okay.
You know that Sim Fubara was the AG, the Accountant General of the state when Wike was governor. So whatever money he spent to do the kind of politics he was engaged in during the general elections could have been co-signed by the Accountant General. Okay, so that's why someone will come on air and call both of them thieves. Okay, so I need you to also address that particular issue. They were friends. They were good before he recommended him and championed this cause. So as we are talking about the fate of the River State people with this fight, also make a mention of that particular matter.
The ultimate loser in this fight are the River State people. The ultimate loser in this fight, become a referral for fight, is the democracy. The ultimate loser in this fight are Nigerians who are watching, because somebody else will also try to emulate or imitate or copy what is going on, like the anti-party thing. Somebody will say, after all, what did they do to Wike? Somebody say it is also easy to fight governor, a sitting governor. Someone will also say, yes, this is not the first time. Let me tell you, Ngozi, for free, you see, the people of River State cannot continue to keep quiet. They cannot continue to keep quiet because power belongs to the people. The resources belong to the people.
What can they do?
Yes, I can tell you, I will suggest what they can do. Now, what is going on is that I don't join people who are calling those two men thieves.
They were politics.
They are not robbers.
Yes.
They are doing politics. But politics has framework, has limits, have rules, have guidelines. They have gotten outside the limits. They have shot out of the guidelines. They have not obeyed any law, because that's what we call a diabetic lapse rate. A diabetic lapse rate is a law that governs temperature. In every 100 meters ascent, there is a -6 degree decrease in temperature. So when you are climbing, they say the higher you go, the cooler it becomes. But look at these two men who are fighting. There is no consideration for the people. Now, whatever happens, no matter how they came, I can also talk about funding. They knew what happened to the funds of River State. Remember, the same weekend, contestant for president, the money he spent to contest that president, because I think it can be 10 times what they used to install the governor. And that governor was the Accountant General of the River State there. So you can see, so those who are calling them thieves may be in context, but not they are real thieves. These are gentlemen, both of them are of means. To be an Accountant General of River State, one of the richest states in Nigeria, is not easy. It's not easy to come by. And he did not just come there, because I can hear him say, Look at the members of House of Assembly that used to feed.
Oh.
Look at members of House of Assembly that used to pay their school fees of their children. So you can see that it didn't just happen. It was not just picked from gutter. So, but like somebody also said, that somebody will always help somebody to become governor. Somebody will also help somebody to become president or become something. So it is always somebody who will also help somebody. But you can imagine the amount of money that was used to contest presidential primary in PDP with Atiku Abubakar throughout the whole federation. And he was so sure he was going to win. That is where the trouble started. If PDP had won, maybe the fight would not be there. But you see, all these things will happen because God is God. God is not a human being. He wants to expose them because they will now tell us what they did under the closet. They will come out and confess even without asking them. And that is what is happening. Now, even if you win, it will become a Pyrrhic victory. If you lose so badly. Now, like I said, the ultimate loser in the fight are the members of the River State people. So let me not go into funding of party because that is also the problem of PDP. Party is supposed to be a collective. You have stakeholders, you have elders of the party, you have board of trustees, the owners and conscience of the party. You have also contributors because you are a stakeholder and you're a leader at the ward level, at the local government level, at the zonal level, at the state level, then at the national level. So you are a leader somewhere if you're a member of the party. So nobody can claim ultimate power, ultimate funding for party. After all, I met Ngozika in River State in 2005 as local government chairman when I was state director. And Ngozika is my friend though. So, but I'm saying that what he's doing, the way he's pushing it, he's crossing the stream, the extreme. Okay. I'm also saying that let us not talk about the funding because the funding here, the law is not regulating funding. The way they use the money of the state to contest for president, the way they use money to contest and put governor against the tithe, the way they use money to go to the judiciary and buy things. So you can see that the people are losing the money because the money is not for the benefit of the poor. We have hardship in Nigeria now, unprecedented hardship. Some people don't even eat and they go to bed. Some people cannot even pay school fees of their children. Some people cannot even do anything, and both men are fighting and claiming they are rich, they are wealthy, they are powerful. From where? When did you start? Because I said earlier that the history or the story of every rich man was once poor. This one will come and tell you that he went to school without shoes. This one will tell you that he used to hew woods before he paid school fees. This one will tell you he used to beat drums. Yes, I can hear Abiola tell us he beat drums at parties to be able to eke out a living. I can also hear Obasanjo say how he go to fetch firewood to pay for. So I can also see Jonathan, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, the former president, that he has no shoes and even school fees, we are neither here. And even the wife said, when I'm struggling with my husband, where were you people? When you want now to come and partake in the sharing of our success. So you can see that nobody just emerged. Those who were rich at that time, some of them are no longer rich now. So the world is just like that. So I'm not going to talk about funding. Maybe next time we'll talk about funding in political parties and what brought about this. Because it is funding and support. That's also part of the gimmick. So Fubara know what happened to the treasury of River State when Wike was contesting. He also know what happened to the treasury when he was also contesting. That is not beneficial to the River State people.
Okay, Doc, what about what many have termed forced peace from the president? I need it to be brief.
Well, you see,
it's not working really.
It is not working because of the following reasons.
Okay.
One, there are two dimensions to it: the political dimension and the legal dimension. The legal dimension is that the draft that the president presented as what will usher peace and reconciliation could not work because some of these legal issues, like submitting budget twice that have been passed and signed, cannot also be reversible. That is one. Two, the people who resign from the party, that the law says if you resign from your party and jump ship and cross carpet, that automatically you are no longer a member. That is why we can hear Fubara about 2 or 3 days ago saying that I am the one who is making them members of House of Assembly. I recognize them, that's why they are still there. If I fail to recognize them, they know that they are no longer members of it. Yes. So that is the legal dimension that is, and because they know too that if they push that one, even when they go to court, that is the only strength left with the governor. That if they push that way, those guys are gone. Because it happened in Edo State. If you move from your party to another party,
you lose your
seat. So or you contest the position. So now that is the only area that the governor has strength. So and I think that strength is enough. That's the legal dimension that the president could not have solved with that peace meeting. And so we called them for a peace meeting. So but the president, crossed over from political areas to the legal areas. Those legal areas are now the bus stop for that. Now the political angle is that the president is of APC. So how can he be making peace in a PDP state? So PDP, they are not happy. They can see green in their eyes. MV, how can this president from APC? Because I also heard that they're interested in River State. In Nigeria, like in USA, there are some states that are called swing states. You see Kano, you see Lagos, you see Rivers. You can see now APC is not holding Kano. APC just marginally holding Lagos. APC is not holding Rivers. So they want to get Rivers. So that is another political dimension. So any peace that the president is trying to make in Rivers State, PDP will never be comfortable with that. Particularly when the president knowingly appointed Wike, the man who did the unthinkable by promoting the interest of the opposition party, by supporting the president with PDP's resources. And some even said he also rigged the election for him. So that one is in the realm of politics. So you can see that the ultimate loser in this fight is either PDP and the people. In fact, the people and PDP. Because if not for what
the party and the people.
So,
Doc, there's something that we must talk about. You mentioned the National Working Committee. There was a NEC meeting where it was expected that an election would be conducted to bring in a substantive national chairman for the party. It was zoned to the North Central, and after was suspended. Someone holds sway, Daga or something held sway, and the election was supposed to out. I mean, he is Damagu, not Daga. So election, the man was weak. He's still Wike's man. And because of what happened, most people in PDP considered it a chagrin.
So many people are leaving.
And so many people are leaving. Do you still see a stronger support for Wike against Fubara? In 1 minute, though. I know you don't know how to do it.
Let me begin from the beginning. The truth about what is going on at the national level of PDP is that Wike put those men there. Wike put the man who zoned the party chairman. Incidentally, the former governor of Enugu State, Wike put Autumn, who zoned the presidential ticket. Instead of zoning it, he now threw it open so that Wike would participate. So we all know what happened. So Wike is still entrenched. That was why he was saying that he is sure that nobody will do anything. So he has his men on the ground. Now, what PDP can do? You see, during that NEC meeting, because I think we discussed it here in another program, I was telling you that PDP, tried to behave like a man who has a China shop and a drunk came in. And you know what a drunk is? He can fail and break all the China. So they tried to hold the peace and prepare guidelines and timetable so that ultimately the people that are there now will not be. Remember, they also gave the status of caretaker committee from ward, state, zonal to national. All of them are, but they have also laid a time frame, a timeline, a timetable that will usher in. And so they tried to, what they try to do is to delay the fight, because there will be fight. Yes. Because shortly after that, the former governor of Imo State, Emeka Ihedon, had resigned with his troops, and they are still resigning. In Abia State, I can see here reverberations of resignation from PDP,
and we don't know which other states.
So most other states, remember, it is only Enugu State that is PDP state in Southeast. So they have reversed the table. In 1999, Enugu State, in fact, the Southeast used to be the hub of PDP when our dear Alex Ekweme, who was the founder and the founder and the brain box behind PDP, was still there. So Anambra then was PDP, Enugu, Ebonyi, Abia, and Imo were PDP. But now you can see that the reverse is the case.
And the reconciliation between Wike and these forever.
No, I don't think. Maybe
Abe and Peter side. There's a reconciliation.
Okay.
And they are not of PDP. What does it mean? They are from Rivers State. What does it mean?
Let me tell you. There are so many questions. But let me just tell you about the issue of reconciliation. That is gimmick. That is photoshopping. I don't think there will be any genuine reconciliation because you see, fight. Political fight is that you'll be waiting for the other person to bring out his leg. Then you'll be able to attack him. All those reconciliation, Peter Otley will never forgive Wike for challenging him and calling him that man and calling the wife that woman. So just go and write that one in your diary. Then
so
two, Wike can never reconcile with Fubara because both of them, I don't know what we call them, but
husband
it's just
wife
like
and
two,
the
yes,
went
that relationship wanted. So there's no way to talk about them. The people who will reconcile are the people of River State. So the people of River State can do something, because earlier you asked me what can they do. They can, in protest and in solidarity, find a way to allow governor to be, because they have to have a governor, and before they talk about democracy dividends. And the person who is minister to go and minister at the Federal Capital Territory, they can do that by using political means.
All right, our time is up. Thank you very much, Dr. Austin Okoli. I know that 2 hours you've still been talking on this.
No, I said that we are going to have part 2. Next time we'll continue from where we stopped, because River State is a development story. River Story is, the story from River State politically is interesting, and it is also hard-rented.
All right, thank you. Dr. Austin Okoli is a policy management consultant, a tertiary institution teacher, and a politician, amongst other things. The former NOA chairman, National Orientation Agency director in Enugu State. It's been amazing having you again, sir.
It's my pleasure, always.
All right, thank you, dear listener, and our 2 callers, Abel and Kelvin, for joining our conversation. We appreciate you as we sign off on the breakfast show, as well as our interactive session, Matters of the Moment. My name is Ngozika. Mbah. Chioma was here.
My name is Chioma Agulanna.
Good morning, Coal City. Join us tomorrow for our special edition.